Well, hello guys, welcome back to a new RimWorld playthrough. We've been modding this for a while, I know. This is going to be replacing Skylines while we play this through. So this is the first time RimWorld has been on Steam, and that's really good because it means better mod compatibility in terms of just updating and generally having mods to use. It's also good because it means just updating. The game will just obviously update on Steam now, so that's also really good. And also good because some of the new stuff, I mean, we really were playing on a very earlier version of my previous playthrough. It's been actually a long time since I played this game. And so, yeah, there's a lot of new things for us to look at. I had a little play around a week or so ago where we were just kind of exploring and testing things and sort of seeing how the game had shaped up a little bit. But yeah, we will get into it, and I think we'll just play it through. Obviously there's going to be some bits and pieces that I will learn as I go along. It's going to be a learning experience, because I haven't been regularly playing this game. We've been playing Skylines a lot more, you know. So with your help, we'll guide through and we'll work it all out. So let's begin. I'm going to play, I think I'll just play a standard colony. I don't want to do any of the new ones yet, because there's a lot of other stuff in the game that's new, and I want to get on with that. The overall goals for my colony, I think, as we have said before, would be like material goals. So there'll be like material goals, so it'll be like, I think I said before, like if I can get 15 settlers in my colony or something like this, or a certain amount of resources or something along these lines. That's usually how I like to play it rather than go for the escape method, right? So we're going to go for crash landed, okay? Default crash landed. The three of you awake in your crypto sleep, even sarcophagi, to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later you land on an unknown RimWorld. Your faction will be a colony. You start with 3 people. You start with 800 silver, packaged meals, medicine, components, survival rifle, pistol, plasteel knife, a random pet, steel, some wood, and some other stuff scattered around from your ship breaking up. So, I'm not going to mess around with anything really, we're just going to carry on. Now the question is, what scenario do we play? Which storyteller do we play? Do we go for, well, probably don't go for Phoebe, because she's chillax and we want things to happen. But do we go for Randy Random? That's probably going to lead to death. If we went for Cassandra, I'd definitely choose sort of rough, because I'm learning, you know. Don't really want to go sort of more difficult than that, I don't think. But does anybody have any opinions on which one we should go for? Whether we go for Randy or whether we go for Cassandra? Bearing in mind that I'm sort of still trying to kind of get my head around things here. Cassandra and rough? Yeah, I think everybody agrees. Yep. Yep, that's what I pretty much... that was what I was thinking of today. I think that's like a good sort of set. It will give us enough challenge, but give scope for kind of, you know, learning at the same time. Okay, so let's carry on with that. Seed, I'm going to choose my own name as a seed. Luton. I'm going to choose a world that's 350, 260. Okay. Here is our world. So now we get to choose where we land. Now, here is the question, guys. Do I select a random site, or do I choose a location? What do you think? Random site or choose a location? What should we go for? Random. Yeah, I figured it was going to be random. Yes, of course. Okay. Right, random site is... Right, ready? Drum roll. What's it going to be? Don't be crap, please. Okay, here we go. Oh, alright. Okay. Not bad. 3 stone types. Let's have a look here. So average temperature is 6 degrees. That's not so great. So it's a temperate forest. Average temperature in the winter is -9. Average temperature summer 22.9. That's pretty, you know, that's quite a wide range right there. So Yeah, and we've got a temperate forest, we've got terrain flat, rainfall 1700 mil, so that's good. We've got a good amount of rainfall to help with fires and stuff. Granite, slate and limestone, again some good materials there. It's actually a really good range of materials, so that's great. Growing period is from spring to fall, so again actually like a pretty real world stuff. So we've actually ended up pretty good there. It's given us a nice sort of general site. It's given us a nice general site, so nothing too extreme, so that's good. Okay, so let's select that site. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't want to choose my colonists, I don't think. Because I was thinking about this, but I think what I'm going to do is if someone sucks, I'm going to give myself one randomized reroll. One. Because I don't like it. I see this a lot, and I think if you're doing your own playthrough and you're just kind of chilling out and you're just doing like whatever, I think it's fine to go through until you get the one you want. But I've watched quite a few people playing this game through, and I know the game is tricky sometimes, right? But what I have seen is, you know, I've seen a lot of people who stream RimWorld, and when they come to character creation, the initial character creation, and I know that if you don't choose a good character creation setup, then you end up handicapping yourself a lot. But here's the thing: I don't really perceive my personal view. I don't really perceive RimWorld as, you know, it's a game to be beaten. I don't see it like that. The way that I see RimWorld is it's a story. Now, if you fail horribly, well, bad luck. That's how that story goes. If it does well, well, good. It's going well. So, the way that I figure is, obviously it's still a game, so you want to kind of allow yourself a little bit of control, but I think that just having those guys plop down on the planet and then you having to deal with their actual setup is better than, you know, choosing a character. Yeah, exactly. Handicapping yourself is the fun of it. And, you know, like I say, I've seen other people, and they'll literally go through for like 20 minutes until they find like a character which has got like really good shooting, really good melee, excellent medicine, construction, no bad traits. And it's like, come on, like just pick a couple of characters. So one redo on each character. So let's look here up. Actually, I'm kind of scared. They all actually look really crap. Like these guys, actually, as they go. Although I will say here, Freya, a botanist, she's got 9 melee. So melee prefers shooting, but she's got a little bit of love for animals. No social skills. She's unaware. She's yeah, not good. She can't cook at all. She won't cook. She's like, no, I don't cook. She's got very good growing skills, that's useful. She's got extremely good artistic skills, also good, and she's also got a passion for research. So, actually, not too bad. She's age 18 of 683 years, so, again, really, really good there. She's incapable, though, of dumb labour, crafting or cooking. That sucks, because dumb labour is, like, basically carrying stuff, which, that's pretty bad. People being able to carry stuff is pretty useful, but it does mean she will spend the whole of her time doing those other things. So, she dislikes men. She really dislikes and distrusts men. That's going to be a problem because, of course, people are going to come in, and she's a brawler. She likes to fight close and personal. Her accuracy is greatly increased in melee combat, but she'll be unhappy if asked to carry a ranged weapon. That's good, goes in hand with her melee skills there, right? So, I'm actually kind of feeling like maybe just go with that. Kyle, though, paramedic, male colonist, 4473, not very good. He's mute. Okay, that's not so good. So he's like Freya, also social skills none. Kyle, social skills none. He's got good medicine, which is useful, and he's got pretty good. Oh my god, he dislikes women. Oh no. So it's like she dislikes men, he dislikes women. They're going to get on like a house on fire. And then lastly, you've got Guerra, inventor. She's a female colonist, 32. She's got crypto sleep sickness, which affects manipulation. That's from being in stasis. She's also incapable of social. Holy crap. None of them can be social. They're all got to kill each other. Okay. Right, so I'm definitely going to reroll Carl and Guerra. Right, fingers crossed. Ah, okay, female colonist. 35 of 134. She's an inventor and a refugee. Shooting skills 11, very nice. Melee skills 8. She's got a love of medicine, but not great skills, but that's good. If she practices, she'll get better. Cooking, she's good at miner, and crafting, really good. She's a careful shooter as well. Aim time plus 25%, but accuracy 50%, that's good for hunting. Psychically sensitive plus 40%, that's a problem. Need to get tinfoil hat ASAP. And ascetic. Futa prefers to live in asceticism. She will be put in a poor mood if she has a bedroom that's too impressive. So she likes to keep things simple, basically. Okay, let's look at Guerrera. Randomize, ready? Oh, also crypto sickness. Another female colonist. This is perfect because Freya, our botanist, obviously dislikes men, so this is we're starting with an all-female colony, so that's actually pretty good. And also got some social skills, so that's good. No shooting though. That's pretty bad. That means we've got 1 shooter and 1 melee. That's not great, but hopefully we can recruit more. She's intellectual, artistic, and likes cooking. That's good. Oh no. Oh, incapable of cooking. Who can cook then? Just Futa. Got 2. That's it. Feminism has taken over my computer. It has as well, because of the 3 women, only 1 can cook. Oh, the hilarity. Got a burning passion for medicine, so that's really good. Animals 5. Traits trigger happy, well that's fucking useless at shooting though. Sanguine, so naturally upbeat, that's good. Permanent mood effect plus 12, that's good. Green thumb, she gets a mood bonus for every plant she sows, that's also good. So we're going to be like a growing colony. No artistic, good at crafting, good at mining, good at construction. So overall I think not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so I don't know, do we name colony? Yeah, okay guys, I'm going to name colonists. I think last time around we didn't name colonists, but this time around I'm going to name colonists. But primarily I'm going to name colonists after subs, so if you're a subscriber guys and you would like to be named after a person, please let me know in the chat. So we've got TC Roberts today, Fuse, we've got Demon here as well. So if one of you guys would like to be a character, please shout it down below if you're a sub, okay? I think you need to re-roll. No, I think we're going to roll with this. We're going to see what happens. Of course, the trouble is that they're all female characters, and I expect most people are here. But that doesn't matter. We'll just roll with it. Okay, so Demon says he volunteers. Okay. Okay, so we're going to call Demon Fertile. There we go. Right. Futa is very close to Fuse, so I'm going to get Fuzz. We'll have Fuzzella. There we go. What a crappy last name though, Welsh. There we are, Fuzzella. LB7. There might not be anybody else to give it to, LB7. Might not be anybody else to give it to. Okay, I think we're going to roll with oh! Nonsensika. Okay, we can call the last character Sensei after Nonsensika. Alright, there we go. I've just taken the middle part of Nonsensika's name, so we'll use that to characterize. Now I'm just taking the non-sensei and then taking off the letters on either side, you see, to make sensei, so it's just a better name. Right, okay, so that's what we're going to go with. Right, let's crack on, let's start, guys. Dear 1. Let's see what happens then. Scared. The two of you awaken crypto sarcophagi, sound of sirens ripping metal. You barely get out. Ships torn apart. Sometime later, you land on an unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall all around you, you start making plans to survive. Oh crap. This is not good. Shit. Okay, so what you do first of all when you're playing RimWorld is look around and try to decide where your colony is going to be. A big concern of mine immediately is the very stark lack of resources. So this is a big problem. There's plenty of stone kind of out and about here, but I'm concerned about the lack of metal. There seems to be some metal over here, and there's compacted machinery. This is pretty much probably going to be the only location where we can get stuff. Seems to be a lot of ore here as well, though. Some steel here. Yeah, we've got some small, like, little colony sort of bits here. There's more steel there. But we are pretty slim pickings on locations. It's pretty much got to be over here. And nothing that's greatly defensive either. That's another problem. You need to restart and re-roll. That's not how it goes. That's not the game. You don't just keep re-rolling until you get what you want. That's not how it works. I've watched almost all of your YouTube videos. That is pretty tall order, so well done. I congratulate you on getting through that. Right. So yeah, we're definitely going to start over here. The question is, where exactly? There's a little house outpost. There's a little space right here that we could wall up and use as an initial room. But I'm thinking of kind of like, to build a common area. It's going to be very tricky to defend this colony. Very tricky indeed. This is going to be a pain. A big pain. Don't see many fruit bushes either. I didn't see any agate. Oh, here we are. Look, there's some raspberry bushes right here. Yeah, I know we need to dig in, but it's just like I like to build big fortress bases, and so this really doesn't give us a lot of options. But that's because we ended up in a plain. Maybe take a risk, settle in the ruins to the east. Yeah, but once we're here, look at the distance we'd have to walk to get to any resources. It would be a big walk to get to any resources. We'd have to come right down here. It's too far. It's like a day's walk back and forth, you know. Yeah, we need to settle in the mountain for sure. I'm just trying to figure out like where exactly I want my start point to be. I'm thinking that like maybe here, look, and I just kind of wall like that. There's plenty of trees here to cut down. That's one good thing. We've got plenty of wood. I did land. I did, on my test one the other day. We were somewhere where there was plenty of rock, but we didn't have any trees really at all because we had like cacti. Oh, I don't know. I just smacked my glass on my teeth. Ow. Okay, so we're going to start here. We have got a little bit of materials initially. Let's just play on. I thought we had some wood to start with. Oh yeah, here we are. There's all this stuff right here. Okay, so let's just free up all this. We'll try and highlight to individual characters what they need to get. There's going to be other resources dotted around. I'm actually a little surprised I don't see much steel just dotted around. There's some more food packs right here. There's usually like some steel and stuff dotted around, but I don't really see anything. Listen, don't go too far north because if enemies spawn in the northern side of the map you'll have very little time to react. Well, we're not going to be too far north, are we? We're just going to be like right here. But well, I mean, it depends where we build our common area. We could build it on here. I'm just looking at the easiest way to build in on this. But they can come in. Oh, there's some steel. They can come in from any direction. I'm also trying to look around for actually where there's some geysers. The steam geyser right there, you see. This is all important planning as well, so. I mean, if we mine this out, this is going to be a good sort of starting area. I think we'll start on this corner here, actually. and we need to think a little bit about how we're going to do our resources. I'm probably going to just put a starting resource area here. Right, so let's start. Let's get a stockpile zone in here. Actually, we need somewhere to farm, actually, firstly. So I'm actually going to put my stockpile, like, right here to start. Okay, and we need to build. So we're going to start off. We'll just start off nice and simple. And I often find that just making beds straight out of the gate rather than a sleeping spot, it doesn't take very long to build beds. The other thing we're going to have to do in a second though is we're going to have to set up their time schedule and all the rest of it. Alright, that'll start us off. Okay. We'll just let them start carrying stuff. Oh yeah, Demon can't because she sucks. I forgot about this. Yeah, she can't carry because she's not a. She's incapable of dumb labour. She is a brawler though. So where is our knife thing? Here it is. But she is. Where's she off to? Wandering? No, 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 no. Actually, let's just look at her character. So Demon here. She's good at growing and artistic and also mining. We want to get some food started ASAP, so I'm going to start her off on a growing zone immediately. So let's just put in a nice growing zone here, which we've got a bit of flat space. Right, we'll just get this in. And I think we'll just start, yeah, with a default potato plant, and then we can get some other stuff as well. So we can build in next to that. What else should we have? We need sort of a certain skill to build heal root. Strawberry plant minimum skill 5. Strawberry's pretty good. I think she's got like good growing. Yeah, she's growing 10, you see, so that's really useful. It means we can grow good stuff straight away. So we get strawberries because they can be eaten at like any time of the day. They're a really good resource to just have. And then we do need some of that heal root stuff as well, so I'm going to put her down on that as well. But we'll do that once she's seeded the other things first. So I'm going to tell her to prioritise sowing. And the other guys are just going to go about their... The other guys are just going to go about their... Sensei there was just throwing up all over the place. Right, Demon started off doing stuff for us. Sensei is already building things. Who is the better guns? Yeah. Fuzella is the better gun wielder. They've already carried the rifle over, so I'll get to get that on the way back. There's the pistol as well. We've got Lyra. We've got a female cat. So God, it really is an all-female colony. Girls, girls, girls. Where the hell's that pistol gone, man? It was over here, like, I swear to God. Unless one of them's, like, equipped it. Great. This is why you should equip stuff. Oh, she was carrying it, that's why I couldn't see it. No wonder I couldn't see it. Yeah, the other character was carrying it across. Lexi, Sensei is already building all this shit for us, that's good. Ah! Farleaf for 7 months in a row. Thank you very much, Farleaf. Welcome back, buddy. Right, they will just keep carrying resources back and forth for now. Right, I'm going to start setting my animal area. Actually, before we do anything else, I'm going to set up their work schedules, okay? So this is the priority by which they do stuff, right? And also I'm going to set this up here, right? So I'm just going to set anything. Right, so there we are. That's I usually set like 10. Shadow308 subscribed 5 months in a row. Thank you very much, Shadow. Welcome back, buddy. So I'm going to set them with a... I'm going to try a different setup than my normal one. So I'm going to give them a good amount of joy at the end of the day. And then they'll go to sleep. And then we're going to set the rest of their day from like 7 AM to 6 PM. Long old day, but set that all as work. Right, there we are. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, and then so that's their day. We've got to manage areas. Animals, manage areas, animal area 1. Oh yeah, we have to do it in the zoning thing. So animal area, I don't want my cat to wander far from the home because that's obviously going to be bad. So we'll just set like this. So my cat can kind of just wander around here but not go too far out anywhere else. And then what else do we have? Let's look for home area. So the home area, it's important always to kind of just sort of really designate the home area. It's always worth going a little bit beyond what the default is for the home area. But we're going to need to get some power and other stuff down. We're just waiting for these guys to build it, get themselves a shelter first. Looting, the cat needs to wander a bit so it can hunt and eat. Oh, I assumed we would just feed it. Okay, alright, alright. We'll let the cat have it. I'm just scared of it dying. I'll have to create like another area for it for safety, you know. Alright, look, I'll let the cat wander like around here. And then I'll create like another area for it for safety. There we go. So it can wander, it can explore. We'll create a when we need to. We'll create a safety zone for the cat, but I don't think we need to do that just yet. Right, so Sensei is doing a good job here. Look, constructing our stuff. Demon is busy planting away. Look, she's doing brilliant. As I say, we'll create more growing stuff, right? So we're going to create a new growing zone right here. We're going to get some medicine for ourselves. So I'm going to put some heal root. So we'll start growing some heal root, and then we'll have some longer term plants as well. We need plenty of food here, so we're going to get some. It's good for selling as well. Rice or corn? I always find rice grows pretty good, so let's do that. We've got lots of soil, so we're going to really try and be like a farming colony, I think. Any of my Wednesday playthroughs always go on to my Looting Gaming YouTube channel, which is not Looting09, it's Looting Gaming. So that's where they go. Right, did we get all the food? Why is there blood here? I'm scared. Concerned by the blood. Sensei, where are you going? She's getting wood. Okay, fine. Right, and the base is starting to come together. Demon is working away here. Where's Fusella? What are you carrying? Silver, okay. Right, so that's all going nicely. Right, we have to do a tedious thing, guys. We have to do manual priorities and we have to set up their stuff. This is something you have to do with every character, but in the beginning it's always a pain because it takes a bit longer, but you have to do this. So what this refers to here, this basically tells the priority by which they will do certain tasks. So if you want that person to mainly, like, let's say there's 2 or 3 things to do. Okay, so say there's cutting crops, okay, and maybe mining. If the crops are a 2 or 3, and the mining is a 1, they will prioritize going to do the mining first. So you just have to set up all the options for what they want to do, and it's a good way of kind of prioritizing tasks in your base. So let's have a look. But the thing is as well, you've got to do it slightly off of their character and how good they are at it, and by hovering over each of these we can do that. So firefighting should always be a 1 generally, because if there's a fire it's important, they've got to put that out, and they should just, you know, put everything aside to do that. Patient, it can be 3, but I usually put patient at 2. Now doctor, now interestingly here they've both got some, you know, Sensei has got very burning skill to be a doctor, but she sucks at it. And also, so I'm going to put them both at 2, actually, for doctor. And maybe put them both at 1. I'll put them both at 2, and then if they're just kind of going to do stuff, I can always prioritize, tell them to do it. Bed rest. Rest in bed to recuperate from non-immediately life-threatening medical problems. Okay, again 3. If they've got nothing else to do, they can do that. Flick also on 3. Warden is if they have good social skills, and I think only only Sensei has good social skills, so I'll put her on a 1 for that. So she's going to be the only person to do that. Handling relevant animals, so again, anybody who's a good handler, that is Sensei yet again, so I'll put on 2 for that. Cooking, Fuzella is the only person who can cook, so that's important, so I'm going to put Fuzella as a 1. Hunting, again, Fuzella has got melee skills, but not ranged skills. Who's got the good ranged skills? I thought it was, who's got the gun? Rifle. Yeah, Fuzella has got the, yeah, she's got good shooting skills, 11. Okay, so we will put... Hi there, Walter, how you doing? So we will put Fuzella as our hunter, primarily. I don't tend to hunt very often, so it's not a big deal. And you do have a 4 as an option. I don't think I want anybody else. Right, constructing. Fuzella can construct, and so can Sensei. Sensei's got a lot of passion for it, so number 1 on that. Demon Botanist, I'm going to put as a 2 because she's not really going to be doing a lot else actually. Growing should definitely be a 1. Art should definitely be a 1. And construction as well should be a 2 for Fuzella. Repairing should be 3 for everybody, except I'm going to put it as a 2 for Sensei because she's got good skills. Growing, again, Sensei has got good skills for growing as well. They both do, but you know it's not so critical. Plant cutting though, I'm going to put Fuzella as a 1 for plant cutting as well because she's only, you know, there's only a couple of them can do this stuff. And we'll put a 2 in there for Sensei, although Sensei so far is only warden in constructing, so probably can get away with a 1 on that, but she'll just do that by default anyway, you know. And cutting is important when you're harvesting, you want to get that done pretty quickly. Right, smithing. Again, they're both pretty damn good. I'll just put them as a 2 for both of those guys. Similarly, tailoring. We've got a couple of good crafters here, which is useful. And then Demon the Botanist is going to be art. I'm going to put Demon the Botanist also as... she's got a passion for research. I'm going to put her 1 on the... Actually, put her as a 2 on the research. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, hauling. Now, Fuzella the inventor, she's going to need to be on haul like number 1 because hauling is really important. And I'll put a 2 for Sensei on hauling. Crafting is like stone cutting and stuff like that. 8. Again, it's kind of like... Okay, I'm just changing that up a little bit. Actually, let's just put 3 and... No, that doesn't make sense. 2, 3, 2. Okay. Right, there we go. I think you can actually right-click. Yeah, I should have just been right-clicking there. Right, okay, so now we're nearly done. Cleaning is also really important. You want to keep everything nice and clean. Sensei here actually doesn't have many 1s, so I'm going to give her a 1 for cleaning. Oh, and mining. That's really critical. I missed that. They can all mine. Give her 1 for mining as well. Right, that should be a pretty decent setup, I feel. Probably good to make a save at this point, guys, because you know what I'm like for saving. Right, so we're going to call this... well, we don't know what the colony is going to be called yet, so let's call it... The names, always the names. Oh, it's all the ladies, isn't it? All the single ladies, so it should be something feminista. What should it be called? Keep it real, alright? Don't want any terrible... Watch you're not getting banned from the chat right here with your suggestions. Colony Femme. That's pretty simple, isn't it? Amazons. Yeah, the Amazons. Okay. Colony Amazonia. We'll call it Amazonia. Okay, there we go. Right, Amazonia it is. Right, now they've all got their tasks and they've all got their duties, so now they're going to go ahead and do that, so that's all good. So things are working well. We need to definitely start mining though. We need to get mining and we need to, yes, I know, Cat, calm down. We also need to start cooking food when we can. But we have our food packs which will last us a little while, so we don't need to panic too much about that. We need to create like a dumping stockpile for just crap, so I'll put that over here somewhere probably. Okay, we're going to want to create... We actually... Our colony thing is not enclosed yet. Sensei is going for a walk. Kind of needed to finish constructing this though. Right, there we go. And there, look, she's building the roof. Now, this is something new. They didn't have to do this before, but now they have to like manually build the roof when they complete something, which is good. You know, it's a good thing. Calm down, Cat. It'd be good if they had some light. What's the temperature like as well? Temperature is pretty nice. It's good. It's like 18, 19 right now, so we're good for that. Demon's been doing a fantastic job with the. Look at this. We've got our heal route, or as I will still call it, Zeragium. Death by snoo. What is that like? What did the other? One of the other men who visited Amazonia die of? Crushed pelvises. That's the best episode. Okay, so we're going to keep mining this out. We need to cut down some trees as well, so we'll chop some wood. Any trees which are of appropriate cutting age. Right, now then. Yeah, for those of you that hang around, I might show you something cool that I've been working on with armor, guys. So keep your eye open for that one. We'll do that at the end of the stream, maybe. Ugh. Stretching here. Trying to get used to my headphones still. These are really new, so the banding is still a little tight. So I'm just kind of getting used to it, sort of. Over long periods of time, but it'll get more comfy as it goes along. But these are nice headphones. Right, what do we want to do next? That's the question. That is the question. I want to start building some other bits and pieces. We want to build some lamps and stuff. We can build a torch lamp, which we can use for now, temporarily. Put that there, give us a little bit of light. We can also build a campfire for cooking and stuff like this if we want to, but I think we can probably just go ahead and start building like a wood-fired stove or something along those lines. We're going to need to mine this out as quick as possible, make some bigger areas for ourselves. So the question is though, what's Demon going to do when she's finished planting? Oh, she can mine too. Okay. Oh shit, there's a bear. Well, we'll keep an eye on that bear. I hope the bear doesn't like kill my cat. They're all going about their tasks, they're all doing their stuff. We're going to need some defences as soon as possible though, I think. We don't have enough steel? Really? There's some steel nearby here. Oh wow, look at these guys. Ibex ram, look at the horns. Shit! Lyra is being attacked by a red fox? Fuck my life. Get it! Oh, come on, Fuzella. That's it, wreck it. Oh my god, they downed my cat! No! The cat is dead, it only lasted a day! And Sensei is going to be upset because it was like her cat. Oh, no! Such tragedy. Oh. Look, bonded animal Lyra died, -10. Sucks fucking hell. God's sake, man. Bloody cat. Now we need to build a grave for the cat. We definitely can't eat the cat because it's like a bonded animal. Put my graves like over here or something. I'll put the little grave down here. Or, I don't know, yeah, we'll put graves like over here somewhere. Oh, that sucks. Load the save. No, we're not doing any save load cheating.